This is for the people that may be out there listening or hear this and go, well, I don't know if this is a viable business model. Dude, this business model has been around forever. So you hopped in, and was there any specific thing that was attractive? Is it just the fact that it's assets, that it's recurring? Like, you had already been doing it so that you were sold, but what's the most attractive thing to you about this model?
It's exactly what we've talked about a number of times. It checks all those boxes. I've enjoyed freedom for enough time to never want to lose it again. I've had the freedom to come and go, take trips with the family. It's almost like I've taken it for granted. Being a business owner and having, even at the vape shop, it might bring only $6,000 a month or something, but if I've got guys there, I don't need to worry about it. I could decide I'm not going to work today, and that's that, or this week, and they got it covered. So I've had that freedom for a while, and it's just, I'm kind of at this career switch where it's like I found myself with nothing. It's like, I need to start over and enjoy, something that checks all the boxes, which is passive income tied to an asset and all the things that you've talked about a bunch of times,
Totally. So here's what I want to transition into. You are more of the rule, not the exception. But I would say if you take 10 people, 7 or 8 of those people are going to be, if you ask them, said, hey, are you more of the just take action and don't overthink it? Or are you more of the analysis by paralysis type? You're going to have way more people that are going to relate to the analysis paralysis, don't want to mess it up, don't want to lose money, don't want to do this, whatever. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on this call. I know that if we could somehow do a raise of hands and say, which one are you? There's not as many people that are like me. So let's talk about that, dude. This is the most important and interesting thing I want to talk about, which is how does somebody go from overthinking? Because dude, let's be real. You were overthinking it. You didn't want to mess up. You were like in your head about making, should I go into this? Should I go into that? Should I do that? How are you able to finally just say, hey, let me just go start slinging deals. Let me just go start test this out.
I'm still fighting with that part of it because
you always will, bro. That's the facts. But I love that you said that. But how are you dealing with it? Because it's something you're always going to fight with. That's the reality.
I took a shortcut on these first couple of deals because I really needed to really get into it. And I enjoy selling. So I've been looking forward to that part for a while. I've just had a hard time with making decisions on due diligence and being like, yeah, I'm real comfortable going to this area. I know enough about SEO that I can rank in this period of time. And I still in that chronic learner mode where I'm trying to get out of it, where you're just constantly learning, but you're not putting it into action. So now it's just swirling your head and it's becoming this monster that it shouldn't be. And that's definitely been the case for me. So I'm still trying to find my way through that. It's kind of a process, right? But what I did was I saw somebody post in the group that they had a need for a salesperson. They didn't have time, but they had producing, sites. And I jumped into that one and it was definitely tough. I mean, this guy wouldn't have brought me in if it weren't a tough sell. That market was hard to sell. And I had to go through a lot of contractors to get it. But I just did a 50-50 partnership with one guy. And then after I closed that, I posted about the close. I included that I was interested in another one. So someone else contacted me with one they were running ads for in a different spot. And, he's from Canada and doesn't feel comfortable on the phone. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I took the mojo from one and put it into the other one and closed them both in a matter of 2 weeks. So
sick, dude. Still though, here's what I want to know, because whether it's your site, whether it's somebody else's site, you're doing deals, you're inking deals. And that's the beautiful thing about this whole thing is, dude, if you can get deals coming in, you can outsource all the other shit. That's the beautiful thing about it. So how did you take that whole analysis paralysis and say, okay, I still have it, but I'm gonna set it aside and just go make some calls and go follow the process, even though I don't have all the answers? What did you have to do, bro? What can you tell? What advice can you give to people?
To me, again, it was the shortcut to the partnership. And I think that if there's a lot more people tech-minded and like the tech part of it, we're scared to get on the phones. Maybe you need to find a sales guy to work with you a little bit so you can start seeing it work and being part of it. If you're on the sales side of things like me, I'm more of a sales guy. I enjoy being on the phone and sit there and 3, 2, 1, put aside the fear and call. That's not a problem for me. So after I made the deal with my guy, I was like, I just gave my word to somebody, I'm going to do this. And he's counting on me to sell this. So I'm going to treat it with respect and just do it, which means let's get the shared business owner list doc on. Let's figure out, and I put another tab in there to track the leads coming in. I said, point me the phone calls and point me the leads. So then all of a sudden I'm answering for concrete and I don't have a business owner hooked. So then I have to sit there and call and hook business owners with the leads that are coming in. And that part felt fine. I mean, everybody wants to take leads from you. It's just stiffing out whether or not they're going to be serious and actually join the Zoom call and from there close. That's definitely become this is an art, because a lot of these guys will take your call and your lead in is perfect. Everybody wants to talk to you when you have a lead in your hand. It's just a matter of, are they, going to be suitable long-term and be somebody you can get across the finish line.
Here's the reality though, dude, is you are in a better spot than whoever you sell the sites for, no matter who it is. And the reason why is because they are at your mercy. You're the one that has something that they don't have. And I always say that. I said this at the beginning of the call. Go and post in the group right now. Who can help me with technical work? You're going to have 400 people signing up for that because everyone wants to get paid to hide it behind a keyboard. When you post that same thing, hey, who can sell a deal for me? You're going to have 3 people. So the cool part is, Tim, is you're in a great spot in terms of like, you know how to get the business. So the other stuff, that's the easy part in terms of they're a dime a dozen that will do that kind of stuff. Talk to me about the 3, 2, 1. Do you specifically go through something in your head when you make those calls? Is it something that you think, or have you done it long enough now that you're just like, yeah, I just pick up the phone and go?
I still do a little bit of that from time to time because you're just like, all right, what was I going to say? What's my script note? What went wrong last call? What do I want to go better this call? What if they don't answer? You can what if yourself to death. So sometimes I'll just 3, 2, 1 it and call. And a lot of times you just get the answering machine anyway. So,
yeah, I know, right?
I'll text or it's a call right back. And, so once I get in the groove of that, I enjoy it. Like when I was recruiting nurses, I enjoyed being on the phone with people all day, making calls to people, posting ads, hooking people up with a job. It's the same here. You're communicating value to people. You're being of service to someone. You're not just calling with your hand out.